Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. And today's edition of the Daf Yomi menachot, and we're in Daf 81 Omadei. Rabbi here explains, and does one separate an animal as a leftover above nisho? Towards the footnote, say a prohibition against separating an animal as a leftover offering applies to cases such as this one, where one would separate an animal with its loaves in a situation of uncertainty and stipulate in a certain circumstance it should be a leftover offspring. This prohibition does not apply to the offspring of an animal that was pregnant when it was separated, even though the offspring becomes a leftover when it is born, because at the time of the separation there was a single body, the mother, part of which was being sacrificed as a standard offering. The later commentaries also discussed whether if one transgressed and separated an animal as leftover offering, it would be effective after the fact. And that's when the Kehilat Yaakov and Takti Nazir and Common. The Gemara suggests another solution. Rabbi Yitzchak Bar Shmuel Martyr was sitting before Rabbi Nachman, and he was sitting and saying, and let him bring another animal with loaves, and let him say, if this animal that is extant is the substitute, then this be the thanks offering, and these is loaves. And if this animal that is extant is a thanks offering, then let these be its loaves, and this will be its substitute. As the substitute of a thanks offering is not sacrificed with loaves, and it may be consumed for the same duration as the thanks offering itself. Rabbi Nachman said to him, answer me, my master. The halacha is that one who separates a substitute is liable to receive 40 lashes on his shoulders, and yet you say it is fit to separate a substitute ab initio. The Gemara later that Rav Ina took ill, and Abai and the sages went to visit him, and they were sitting and saying, if one accepts the ruling of Rabbi Yochanan, who said, if the loaves of the thanks offering were within Jerusalem, i.e. the area of consumption of a thanks offering and its loaves, even if they were outside the wall of the temple courtyard, when the thanks offering was slaughtered, they are consecrated, then let the owner bring loaves and set them outside the wall of the temple courtyard, and let him say, if this animal is extant is a thanks offering, then let these be its loaves, and if not, let them go out and be consumed as non-sacred loaves. More responds, this too is not a valid remedy, because there are 4 loaves of the 40 that one must wave. How will he perform in the midst of waving them? Shall he wave them outside the temple courtyard? He may not, since waved for a wave offering for the Lord, Leviticus 7:30, it is written. The end comes to explain that the reason the loaves of the thanks offering must be waved inside the temple courtyard is that they must be waved with the breast and the thigh and the sacrificial portion, says Rashi in the verse, and the waving performed outside the temple courtyard is not considered before the Lord. Shall he wave them inside the temple courtyard? He will have brought non-sacred food into the temple courtyard.